One of the believers probably said, you know what, let's just lay low for a while till the smoke clears, and let's just be good people and do good things, but not talk about Jesus. Yeah, we don't need to be talking. We don't want to make people uncomfortable. No, that's not what they said. Peter and John went back there, and the believers prayed. It says they raised their voices together and prayed. And they had a long prayer. We're just going to read the last part of the prayer. And now for this one, we're all going to be the believers. You've redeemed yourself. We're all the believers, all right? Because they pray, and this is in Peter and John coming back. They know what these people can do to Peter and John. They know what they can do to them, but they pray this bold prayer. And it says they raised their voices, and this is the end of the prayer. So stand up with me, because I want you to stand up, because I'm guessing they were probably standing up, because it said they raised their voices. So I want you to raise your voices. So this was their response to the threats of the Pharisees. Now I want you to stop and think about this too. We don't feel threats if somebody's going to arrest us, but we feel the social threats of talking about Jesus. So we'll tone it down and just be Christians, right? So they raised their voices, and out loud with me, here we go. And now, O Lord, hear their threats and give us, your servants, great boldness in speaking your word. Stretch out your hand with healing power. May miraculous signs and wonders be done through the name of your holy servant, Jesus. One more time, ratchet your volume a little bit more. And now, O Lord, hear their threats and give us, your servants, great boldness in speaking your word. Stretch out your hand with healing power. May miraculous signs and wonders be done through the name of your holy servant, Jesus. Yellow part one more time. Through the name of your holy servant, Jesus. All right, go ahead and have a seat. They were praying for boldness. They weren't praying for personality changes. They weren't praying to be jerks. They were praying for this supernatural power of the Holy Spirit to speak clearly, openly, and freely about Jesus, because they knew there was no other name under heaven by anybody could be saved. Anybody could be redeemed and changed. They saw his power, right? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do a couple things first. We're going to, two parts in terms of the practice, all right? This was practice number one. The other practice is going to be praying. I'm going to say, like, you're a Christian, aren't you? And I want everybody to reply, yes, I follow Jesus, all right? I have a couple of questions, but your reply is, yes, I follow Jesus. So you're a Christian, aren't you?
Yes, I follow Jesus.
Aren't you religious?
Yes, I follow Jesus.
You go to Sherwood Oaks, don't you?
Yes, I follow Jesus.
I had a student ask, I teach some classes at IU, and I tell the students first day of class, I'm a pastor. And after class one day, a couple semesters ago, a student stopped and said, I was really kind of nervous when you told us you were a pastor. I teach a class for education, right? And I said, why? Well, I thought you'd flash John 3:16 on the screen every day. And I said, why would I do that? He said, that's what Christians do. And he said, well, aren't you a Christian? And this is my standard response now, so you'll hear me around this. I said, I don't call myself that anymore. I call myself an avid friend and follower of a man named Jesus. He's changed my life, and he will change the world. That's what we follow, right? I am a Christian. I'm not ashamed of saying that, but Christian in our culture, what does that mean anymore? But if you say, I follow Jesus, and Peter, and this is that challenge you too, Peter saw an opportunity and said when he crowd gathered, he saw an opportunity. You have opportunities like that. You don't have people gathering around you, but you will have those opportunities if you keep your eyes open. Years ago, we had a friend of ours, a neighbor, Chris, came over and he was fixing our dishwasher or our stove or something. He was an electrical engineer from Crane or something like that. All you Crane people, thank you so much for what you do. But he was fixing our stove, and he didn't go to church or anything. And I was in a hurry because I needed to go shopping for Christmas because I hadn't bought any of my wife's gifts yet, and I was behind. So I was hoping he'd hurry up and fix it. So he got done, and then he stopped and he said, I got a question for you. I thought I was going to ask about the dishwasher. He goes, why did Jesus have to die? I'm just like, oh, I gotta go. But it was an opportunity, and I knew it was from God. And I had to scratch my agenda and follow the opportunity. You will have those opportunities. We all do. Where you scratch your agenda And then you realize this is a time to talk about Jesus, not about church, religion, American politics, but just, I follow Jesus, and he's changed my life. That's a pretty powerful statement right there when you make that to people.